Fortnite was in trouble. Player numbers were dipping, OGs were losing interest, and the fast-paced magic that we all fell in love with, well, it was starting to fade. But then boom, Epic dropped Reload, and suddenly Fortnite felt alive again. This is how Reload saved Fortnite. No gimmicks, no lightsabers, no mechs, no whatever the heck this is. Just straight up classic chaotic Fortnite. Reload didn't just get added to the game, it revived it, and at the same time reminded everyone why we fell in love with Fortnite in the first place. After years of updates, collabs, and new mechanics, Fortnite started to feel bloated. Building had a massive skill gap, zero build was fun but got repetitive, and the core battle royale formula was starting to wear thin. Even longtime players were asking the same question: where's the fun at? Lobbies were either too sweaty or completely filled with bots, and new players felt like they barely stood a chance. The game needed something fresh, but not just new, it needed something that felt classic. Enter Reload mode. At first glance, it looks simple, a copy of Warzone's Rebirth. But once you get to playing, you'll realize that it's the Fortnite that we all loved, stripped down to its raw, chaotic roots. And here's why it just works. The smaller maps of Reload allow for fast-paced action, no long walks in empty fields just to get full piece, 200 pumped, and sent back to the loading screen. You drop, you fight, you respawn. No time wasted. And if you are put down by a sweat, no worries. You don't just die and spectate. After a few seconds, you can respawn and try again. You lose your loadout, sure, but at least you have another chance to get vengeance on the player who got you. And we all know the feeling of landing right back on your loot and taking the 50-50 with nothing but your AR. Talk about feeling alive. The pressure of dying and letting down your teammates or ruining your game are all but gone. Reload gives you the freedom to make stupid plays or go for crazy clutches without the worry of completely ruining your game. And speaking of completely ruining your game, the loot pool is, all in all, much more balanced and simplified. No gimmicky weapons, no cars or spaceships, just raw skill and fast reactions. You know, the thing that makes Fortnite's combat unique and fun. For me, Reload was a godsend during the remix season. As you can probably tell from the gameplay going on in the background, I mostly play zero build. I'm 29 years old and I only started playing Fortnite in the past year or two. So when we were taken back to the Chapter 2 map, there was none of that nostalgia there for me. Only frustration with how the map was not made for zero build, and how much I was just getting caught out in the open with no cover. So I basically spent that whole mini-season only playing reloads, and I was so thankful to have that option, as it basically kept me from quitting the game entirely. Now you might be thinking that with the exclusion of the gimmick items or the low-skill weapons, Reload might be less kind to casuals. But without that ultra-competitive grind and the forgiving revive system, players are free to just enjoy the game again. Sure, it can get sweaty, but at least it's not soul-crushing. It's a love letter to old Fortnite, wrapped in all of its modern polish. And the creator community absolutely loves it. TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, everywhere you look, players are back. OGs who quit in Chapter 2 are reinstalling the game, and you even see some creators who have now made Reloads their sole game mode. And at the same time, new players and creators are finally having fun without getting one-pumped by a pro in the first 10 seconds, leading to 50% of their stream being waiting in a lobby for a new game. Streamers and content creators are thriving because the fast-paced nature of Reload is fun to play and fun to watch. The pacing, the chaos, the clutch revives, it's just good entertainment. So, what does all this mean? Fortnite Reload isn't just a game mode. It's proof that Epic listens, and that the soul of Fortnite isn't in how much new stuff they can pile in, or how many collabs they can fit into the item shop. It's in its simplicity, but also its depth, that makes it one of the best games of all time. If Epic keeps leaning into what made Fortnite great in the first place, well, we might just be entering a new golden era. So, did Reload save Fortnite? In a word, yes. And if you haven't played it yet, well, you are seriously missing out. So hit that like button, drop a sub if you liked the video, and let me know in the comments what made you fall in love with Fortnite in the first place. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.